Agriculture on the move.
Agricole mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Hello again, St. Lucia. Welcome to the program, Agriculture on the Move. You must be wondering why I'm smiling. There's a lot to smile about in the Ministry of Agriculture because agriculture is on the move. With me today is the captain of our ship. He is the one responsible for agriculture, fisheries, food security and rural development. And of course, I'm speaking with no other than our Honorable Alfred Prosper. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, and it's always my pleasure.
Sir, I don't know. To me, I've been in the ministry all my life, and you've been there for a while. Minister, have you ever seen so many projects that are being executed at once in a certain period, in 1 year? Where farmers and fishers get so much assistance and will be getting more?
I haven't seen that, and I'm very excited and very happy about it because this sector needs the change. Climate change is impacting the sector, and we need to change the way we do things. I am extremely happy for the World Bank making this facility available for us to be able to help our farmers amidst the impacts of climate change. Currently, as we speak, we have a severe weather situation impacting the sector. Last year, June, we had 75% of the agricultural sector severely damaged. In April, we had a major problem with boxes.
Correct.
But we are going into another hurricane season.
Yeah, boy.
We don't know what is going to happen. And every time I get the opportunity to provide the support to our farmers, our fishers, and the other stakeholders in the sector, I feel very good as a minister. I feel very good to be part of a government who cares not just about people, but the farmers and fishers who continue to play an important role in terms of our food production and our food security.
Definitely.
So I'm very, very happy.
Mr. Before we really delve into the core of the program, there's something to me happened based on the boxes that there were problems where farmers lost a lot of production because of the unavailability of boxes during that period of time. I know based on that your Prime Minister or our Prime Minister took the decision and has said to you, look, we need to help our farmers.
And he did help.
So tell us about that help.
And you know, this is a situation that really affected the sector, especially the plantain and banana farmers. They lost major income because at that time we still had what we consider to be a surplus of bananas coming from the tropical storm Brett. So a lot of our farmers were at that high level of production, but during that time they experienced a major disruption as a result of the unavailability of boxes. And my Prime Minister, being the person who cares, being the person who understands the importance of the agricultural sector, have made available $1 million EC dollars to compensate or to assist farmers for their loss. And as we speak, we are in the process of preparing all the checks for the farmers who were affected. And next week, Friday, the 31st of May, we will be meeting all affected farmers in the Lakai RDC in Dennery to hand over or distribute the checks to them. This is amazing support for the farmers because we want to encourage them to remain in the sector. We want to encourage them to continue to understand that this agricultural sector is very critical, especially the banana and plantain subsectors. So I'm very excited as a minister, and I know my cabinet members, cabinet colleagues are very happy, and I know our farmers will be extremely happy.
Oh, they will definitely, because based on tropical storm Brett, you know, they got some licks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
now again. So I'm so happy that, and I could imagine, farmers maybe over the weekend, next weekend, getting that money.
Yeah, and I'm sure they will be
so you will be remembered, brother.
Right. And I want to call on them. I understand what they went through. The disruption was really as a result of Winera, one of the key machines responsible for the boxes being damaged, and they had to replace it. I know it was a tough period for our farmers. I saw farmers who were actually cutting the bunches from the trees, and it was a painstaking, situation for me as the minister to see that happening. But we are going to deliver some level of assistance to the farmers.
Great.
To relieve them of the financial difficulties that they went through during that period.
Good. World Bank project, UBEC.
Big project.
Unleashing the blue economy of the Caribbean.
Yes.
And of course, under that, you have a sub-project called the Silk Project.
Okay.
Tell us about it. I know it has started off. I know you began giving 35,000 bags of fertilizer. 34
yes.
To banana farmers, plantain farmers, crop farmers, vegetables. Tell us where we are.
And I just wanted to make it clear to the populace, especially our farmers, to understand that this is an amount that was loaned to us by the World Bank. And this project was supposed to have commenced since last year, November. This project has almost 60 or somewhere around 60 activities. But some of the major ones that I will, discuss would be one, the 44,000 bags of fertilizer that have been distributed to more than 3,500 farmers. 3,500 plus. That includes banana farmers, plantain farmers, crop farmers. We are also distributing, and so far from my information today, we've distributed 79 1,000 gallon water tanks out of 500 to livestock farmers. We are going to be giving another 1,000 gallon water tanks to crop farmers. And I will stick up in there because our crop farmers, those who cultivate on the hillsides, those who are rain-fed type of agricultural activities, they are suffering now because of the low rainfall period. We are going through an intense dry spell that will obviously have an impact on those farms. I mean, I know of farmers who planted tomatoes and cabbage, especially those in the Choiseul areas in Maki, and they have not been able to get the rains at the level that would allow for them to be able to get that production and yield. So it's a loss to the farmer. It is already affecting the banana industry because the high yields and productivity levels, the surplus we had by December, February, it has gone down because farmers are saying that the harvesting quantities have reduced drastically since February, April to now. The Roseau Dam, the levels have gone way below compared to the same period last year. So it tells us something is happening in the environment and it is not going to go well for the sector. We are hoping that soon from now we will get the rains back, and so our farmers will continue to smile, our farmers will continue to generate an income. So back to the silk, we are also in the next few weeks going to distribute 32,000 bags of lime free of charge to the farmers. 32,000. We'll be giving those bags of lime to the farmers free. As we know, lime is very good in terms of the balancing of the soil, pH levels, etc. We're hoping that can help the farmers in terms of the absorption, effective absorption of nutrients to the plants and so on. We are also going to begin on the 3rd of June a farm labor program that will go for a period of 6 months from June to October, early November. We are hoping to employ over 100 farm laborers to assist almost 200 farmers or farms, where those persons will be going there to get involved in various operations like harvesting, planting, weeding, fertilizing, spraying, etc. That will relieve the farmers of the high cost in terms of that area. We are hoping that program will start and farmers will take advantage of it. We are also going to have an on-farm drainage program where farmers who are in areas that are prone to flooding and may have issues with maintenance of the drains, we are going to make available some funds. I think it's somewhere around 500 US per farm to assist with improving the drainage. We are also going to bring in almost 50 new greenhouses into the sector to assist farmers who may be requiring greenhouses, etc. But we are going further to rehabilitate the 16 huge greenhouses that the ministry owns and are located in areas like Choiseul and Vieux-Fort and Mico. We are going to get those greenhouses back into production. But we are also targeting the entire country in terms of providing greenhouse assistance to farmers in terms of the plastic. What we want to do is to push that agenda, because in the rainy season, whilst farmers are saying that we need rain now, but when we get to the peak of the rainy season, we have other issues that affect production of commodities like tomato, like watermelons and cucumbers and cantaloupes, and we cannot afford to allow that to happen to us because it's going to affect our food security. So we need to be sustainable in the production of food, all in an effort to reduce our food import bill. So we are hoping that those shade houses or greenhouses will be very effective in assisting the farmers and ensuring that we have a continuous supply of the commodities that we need, not just one part of the year, but throughout the year.
So all greenhouses
we are targeting
on island,
all greenhouses on island,
and also
to ensure
I'm sure they will need irrigation lines to it.
lines as well. So we're going to provide that level of assistance, because a lot of the greenhouses are there, and if you drive around sometimes, you will see they're abandoned. And it's because the high cost of purchasing the plastic is a problem for our farmers. We are also going to be doing some major developments in the livestock sector. We've been doing a lot of work in the new agricultural station at Volette, and we are now in the process of bringing into St. Lucia 154 new bloodlines of goats, sheep, and cattle, and swine into St. Lucia. And we are going to begin a major artificial insemination program. We need to boost the livestock sector, and I think that program is going to be making wonders in making that happen. So we are really on our way to really change or transform that agricultural sector. And I just want to ensure that we use every single cent from that project for the benefit of the farmers and the fishers. But I spoke about the farmers. We have good news for the fishers.
But don't go there yet. Because there is also the farm equipment program,
right,
in terms of tillage.
Tillers. We are going to bring in, I think, about between 10 and 12 tillers, because our farmers have to wait too long. But I really wish those tillers would have been given maybe to a farmers group,
right,
or free farmers group,
in certain
so they don't
areas,
have to depend on the ministry to make that service available to them. This is why I am worried, and I really want to see our farmers form themselves into groups and cooperatives so they can benefit a lot more from the sector. Can I go to fisheries now?
Yes, you're going to
So in terms of fisheries, I'm sure the fishers are hearing.
I know.
We are very well aware that the fads that we deployed in the ocean sometime last year and early this year, they are doing well. Our fishers are very happy and getting the comments. We are giving them 10 additional fads.
10 more?
10 more. We are going to get under the program, and we're going to spread it throughout the nook and cranny of the country. We are also going to procure 10 new ice machines. Each landing site will have an ice machine. So the issue of our fishers having to go and get ice outside of the jurisdiction and so on will be a thing of the past. We are going to install navigation lights in various communities to assist the fishers in terms of, when they go in and out of port. And we are also going to provide training for them. Ice boxes, coolers, and we have a special whatever package they call it, that will have a set of equipment that the fishers will use to be able to use for the day and so on. So we are going to make all of those available free of charge under the project, and we are hoping that that will be a step in the right direction to help us addressing our food security concerns. So I'm very happy. I know my government is very happy, but I just hope and pray that our people, the team who's responsible for the implementation, will make it happen, and we will utilize the funds in a very, very, very good way to be able to benefit.
I think that's the issue.
That's the main issue. Implementation.
Implementation. And if you see that's not done in an efficient way, is going to impact.
Impact.
And I don't think that we would like to hear that money go back.
I have been saying that from day one, and that's why I'm meeting the committee every 2 weeks
Mhm.
to ensure that I get an up-to-date information as to where we are we progressing, what are some of the challenges that we have to deal with, so we can ensure that everything flows nicely. And by the end of October, we will be very happy that we have
So
successfully implemented.
So far, from your standpoint, meeting with your implementation agencies on a fortnightly basis, are you satisfied?
I'm
based on what
satisfied,
you have?
although there are some areas I find we are moving too slow, because we had an opportune time before to get a lot of the information that we are waiting now and we're trying to get now should have been available. So now our implementation would have been a lot better. You understand? We should not be midway in this program or project still capturing data and so on. That should have been done before. And as I tell you, I know that is one thing that I express concerns about, that we should not be doing certain things now. Those areas or those data collection efforts should have been done prior to the start of the...
Because you mentioned about 500 water tanks.
Water tanks.
Only 79.
Only 79 have been
No,
distributed,
yeah, I mean-
because we were told that the manufacturer can only do 7 per week.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
that order or request should have been made
A long time ago. Yes,
and so
yes.
now with the water-related emergency, other persons are requesting tanks, and it's making it very difficult for the supplier to be able to meet that demand at the same time meeting our demand.
Even in the fisheries, I know some of the pots have been uplifted. I know Denry is one of those.
Yes, and we are going to continue more work on that. So in Denry, we have done the moorings, we have put in new lights, we have painted, we have repaired the drainage issues we had, we have the stalls where we do the fish cleaning, we upgraded all of that, we've done some fencing. But this year, the ministry has received funding for further works on the fisheries facilities. So in Denry, for example, we will be fencing the entire perimeter. We will be putting a main gate to control the entry and so on the port, because we have to control, people just walking in and coming out. And we are going to put in somebody to take responsibility for the management of the facility. We are going to also be doing the fencing for the Viewfort facility, because the Viewfort facility has not been fenced in a long time. We are going to do work on the Grosile facility and Slurry Cannery Soufre. So we have some funds available in this budget cycle for us to do a lot more work on those facilities, because they are deteriorating very rapidly, and we should not allow this to continue. Whilst you're on this, we are hoping that in the next few months, I'm hoping, from what I'm hearing, June, July, to see a reopening of the Lucia facility. We've given them some level of support in terms of a loan. We are hoping that they can put all things in place. We have done work in terms of upgrading the electrical thing there, and we are hoping to do some work on the roof. I want to see a reopening of this, because the fishes are suffering, and we need to ensure that this place reopens very soon, so the fishers can continue to provide their catch for sale to that facility, at that facility.
Great.
So,
and I'm hearing good news for Choiset.
Suzel as well, yes, we're doing very good works from all indications. I visited the area a few weeks ago. There seemed to be a change in the tide movement and the changes that were causing the deposition of silt at the entry of the port. I got an update from one of the engineers on the site recently, and I'm hoping that if we continue like this, we'll see a successful completion of this project to alleviate the problems that our officials were facing in recent years.
Great. There are other programs that are being executed. There's a cocoa project.
Cocoa. So we have the cocoa project, and from what I heard, from my information, we already have a number of persons helping farmers with the pruning of the cocoa, because we must do the continuous prunings to ensure that our yield remains high. So that has started, but we also have a couple thousands of plants at the nursery in Union and Soufre, and we are making those plants available to the farmers. I think it's about between $2 and $5. I'm calling on our farmers to take advantage of that opportunity, because there is opportunity for us to make quite a bit of income from cocoa. There is a market, in London that we cannot
You touch.
touch yet. So that's another area in terms of diversification of the sector that I believe is important, and we are doing well. We have a vast project, a climate adaptation project with 9.6 million US dollars, somewhere around 25, 26 million EC dollars. And that is going to provide a lot of support in various regions of the island. And one of the things I know that we are focusing quite a bit on is an agro park in Roseau. I'm in the process of submitting a cabinet memo for approval at the cabinet level to declare some lands in Roseau for the agro park. We are also, under that project, going to provide more water tanks to farmers because it's a climate change adaptation project. So those projects provide a lot. An area that we are going to focus now is agricultural innovation. We have gotten a commitment from the government of Guyana to provide 144,000 US worth of greenhouses and what's it called? I can't remember the name, but greenhouses and another facility that is going to allow us to increase our production of leafy vegetables. We have identified a site in Union, and we are going to set up those greenhouses there, and we are going to use that opportunity to get our young persons to be trained in agriculture, using that opportunity to do the SBAs and other projects related to agriculture at the school level, at the university level. And so we're hoping that at the end of a particular period, we will have a number of our young persons trained in greenhouse agriculture. Agricultural insurance. The Prime Minister has allocated $600,000 for us to set up what we call a crop insurance for our farmers. It would have been very good if we had a crop insurance in place. Our farmers now going through this dry spell would have probably been compensated in some way to assist them with the current situation. So we're going in that direction, and we're hoping that we can, motivate our farmers every day to remain in the sector because they would see the benefits of the sector, and the support that we are giving is tremendous. But I still have not mentioned that the government of Venezuela has donated 40,000 bags of the 50 kg fertilizer to St. Lucia. We are in the process of getting the funding to be able to get that. I'm hoping that all of those inputs,
That's
urea, yes, coming from Venezuela that we have not even been able to arrange to get here. So we have another set of fertilizer that will be coming in, hoping that before the end of the year, farmers will receive another 40,000 bags of fertilizer free. So there is a lot in stock for the farmers. I want them to take advantage of that opportunity that our government is making available to them, and to help that transform into a higher level of production and a major reduction in our food import bill.
You mentioned agro park.
Yes, under the grass, yes.
Yeah. What's that?
So the agro park is an area that is set up. So it is going to be involving a number of things in agriculture. For example, we may have a nursery for provision of seedlings to farmers. We may have special areas dedicated for crop production and a number of other things related to agriculture. Training areas for research. So it's a real agro kind of facility that would involve a number of various operations in agriculture. So you may have an ecotourism section. You may have a section that will just be dealing with training of your farmers. You may have an area that you deal with just, for example, propagation and a range of things happening in one area that one can walk in and be able to get engaged in a number of various agricultural type activities in one area, one spot. That is what I know it to be.
A one-stop shop.
A one-stop shop. So you will see everything there. You'll be able to get your training and your education and everything in there on that just one piece of land. Okay. So we are hoping that can come on stream very shortly. And our young people, our aspiring farmers will be able to take advantage of it.
There's a tree crop program. I know we have this citrus greening.
Yep.
Like you mentioned it not too long ago at another forum, our citrus production has gone down considerably.
And it's a serious
And it's a serious
concern.
problem.
Not just here, but in the region. And I was speaking to a guy from Africa last year, and he told me he had 5 acres of citrus, and he had to destroy every single tree because that citrus greening disease had taken over his entire plantation. So we have some good news. We are in discussion with someone from Germany, and he has indicated that support will be given to St. Lucia to do the pruning and maybe complete cutting of those diseased trees before we can bring in new trees, new citrus like lime and orange and tangerine. When last we saw tangerine, you know, these things, these fruits have disappeared. So that program is going between St. Vincent, St. Lucia and Dominica, and we have already set up an MOU in this draft form that will be taken to cabinet and the AG's office, or AG's office then cabinet for approval. And St. Lucia has already made a request for 100,000 citrus seedlings. We are hoping to get those by August, September of this year. If this happens, we will make a big dent in addressing the issue of that citrus greening disease that is wiping off the citrus subset.
Bon, Mr. Ministre, nous pouvons parler de Creole, parce que nous
C'est ça, mon blé.
c'est qualité bagaille ça qui a fait le ministre agricole pour assister les femmes. Moi, je veux dire, beaucoup de concepts. Agricole en mouvement, il pas dit mais côté calé, il calé en côté. C'est pas un vrai programme ça. Ça y est pour vous.
Et moi ça c'est pas ça va qui c'est oui. Et puis nous quand fait un bagage en secteur, un bagage qu'a fait en secteur agricole là qui peut-être pour faire à combien de temps. C'est about aider farmer, faire la vie farmer primaire, faire farmer oui, vers dans situation côté ça fait plus l'argent, il y a plus confiance en secteur agricole là. Et puis nous parler about ces celles là nous abaye, combien farmer, combien celles là farmer qui over 200 sacs sel et qui va payer des sous. Nous quand commencer ba water tanks pour moun qui des animaux. So ça store ces bagages ça parce que c'est encore changé de lo dans chez la pluie actuellement et qu'on pas un jet. Nous ka bail un support pour labourer pour aider femmes en laisser en les terres parce que ça c'est un problème unique pour un travailler. Nous ka mener des animaux neufs, nous ka mener cochons, nous ka mener cabrit, nous ka mener moutons venir en place ou accueillir volette pour nous commencer un gros programme côté nous ka ça breed ces animaux ça là avec jeunes moun qui a dans livestock secteur kay ça venir acheter ces animaux ça là et faire secteur livestock nous ça accueillir meat bail kon beef pork van beef tout bail kon nous kay ça ni plus ça ici nous kay mener less santé nous ni assistant ka bail tout monde qui ni greenhouse pour garder qui nous ça veut pour mettre plastique la vie so là chaille la pluie you pas qu'à worry as to ka pet crop you because les on ba greenhouse là la pluie ça tomber pour combien jours il pas qu'à bail trop gros pour ces plants et qu'on pas qu'à pet plan nous aussi qu'à garder pêcher côté nous ka bail pêcher plus fade nous ka bail pêcher plus assistant là pour ice machines nous ka train nous ka bail côté bagay pour mettre position au freeze so nous ka faire chaque bagay en secteur avec mon ka quoi that tout monde qui bénéficie mais celle ça mon vrai fait c'est that mon ka hope tout l'argent ça qui fini et dépenser et tout ça nous promettre pour faire un programme là il kay fait et toute femme qui bénéficie
au pas ces femmes ice cream là what about c'est check la pousser
oui m'oublier ça sur vendredi prochain toutes gens qui figue qui des bananes qui étaient trouvé affectées par ces boîtes là et nous ni à sous liste nous presque 250 moun qui bénéficie l'autre vendredi nous avons baissé ce chèque ça à RDC à la CAE
$1 million right?
Nous avons dépensé presque $1 million pour faire ça fait. Le gouvernement ça là c'est un gouvernement qui a responsabilité et je voulais prétendre pour remercier le Premier ministre Honorable Philippe Jepierre et le cabinet là pour faire ça fait baisser ces femmes et le secteur agricole là.
As about to close, Mr. Minister, any final words for you to tell the farmers? But I personally am very pleased to be associated with what's happening in the Ministry of Agriculture. Trust me.
I am very happy to. And what I want to say to the person in the agricultural sector, there will be challenges. Climate change is impacting the sector, and when sometimes you invest in your production, whether it's maybe cabbage or whatever crop, you may find yourself sometimes when you are ready to harvest, you may not have the time to because a hurricane may strike, a natural disaster might, and you may lose it. We are working towards that because we think insurance is important for us to be able to deal with this problem. But in the meantime, I want to call on all our farmers to just be, motivated. Do not be demotivated by that. Our government cares. Our government will continue to provide the support to ensure that we assist you in dealing with our challenges in the agricultural sector.
Mr. Minister, I know you're happy, Monte.
Very happy, always.
You're smiling more now, eh? Every farmer I meet say, boy, you're smiling, Minister. So right now you have reasons to smile.
Yes.
Yeah, and happy that the farmers and fishers
extremely
are
happy.
very, very, very happy.
Yes.
So I want to thank you, and I wish you success. And I know the monies under the SIRC program all will be spent.
I look
Nothing
forward
will
to
go
this
back.
happening.
Yeah, so
I
that
look
is
forward
very
to
good.
this
So
happening.
thank you again for being here.
And thank you for inviting me.
So, as we heard from the minister, he told you everything that's happening in the ministry, and there's still a lot more to come, but we're holding back some. You're telling you all yet. So thank you for viewing the program because you've been watching Agriculture on the Move. Remember, agriculture is our business, and eat fresh. St. Lucia's best. I'm Philip Sidney saying goodbye. Sepa, don't forget, agriculture is on the move. Bye-bye, and see you again.
All right. Thank you.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole mouvement.
Agriculture on the move.
Agricole en mouvement.